working as the program director for careerLift,
Okay.
where we are looking to create employment opportunities
Okay.
for people who are struggling to get work today.
Okay.
In this post-pandemic situation, we want to make sure that we are doing our part for society, and we are making sure that in the process we are able to build a more sustainable future for the youth of our nation. So it was a tough transition. I think we underappreciate how much effort goes into changing the mindset of the individual when they move from one domain to another. I've spent the last few years in sales. Before that, I was in hospitality. I used to work as a chef. And some of the skills that you need, right? People management skills or your ability to take decisions in a short span of time. These things stay constant. But the pace at which you deal with problems, it changes. In a hospitality environment, you don't get a lot of time to think. But in the corporate workspace, you do get that time. But when you initially join, you find yourself rushing to solve a problem. Whereas now you actually have the time to sit, figure it out, and implement a good strategy to solve that problem. I think there are many differences. The biggest one being that in the service industry, your hierarchy can be quite fluid. Right? The people you're working with, who are your managers, who are your reportees, it changes very often, and you don't get that stability that you need to be, successful in your role. But in the corporate workspace, most organizations are quite steady with, their organizational structure, with what they expect from you while you're executing a certain role. And if ever your role changes, most organizations will give you that room to explore and grow. Whereas in hospitality, because of the pace of the work, you're expected to know everything before you even get to it. Get a really good resume made, because the way we do things in hospitality and the way we show our worth and the way we show our ability and why I should be hired in a hospitality role is very different in comparison to what the corporate workspace is looking for. You have to be able to highlight the right skill sets, the right talents, because when you're making that transition from hospitality to sales, you are going to be treated like a fresher. You may have worked in hospitality for many years, but once you move to sales, once you move to the corporate space, you are a fresher. So the first thing is get a really good resume made. It will help you get employed. And the second thing is you have to be ready to accept that you are a fresher. Even though you have work experience, your colleagues may be younger than you, but you are still a fresher. You still have a lot to learn. And more than anything, you should take that as a positive note. Because that's the only way you will learn with the right mindset. I think working in learning and development and also, having it merge with the sales workforce, the first and the biggest learning is that you have to constantly keep yourself updated with what's going on in the world. You can never get into a shell and live in your bubble. You have to be a person that is aware of what's going on in your surroundings, be it political, be it entertainment, however it may flow, right? The second thing is you have to be a people person. If you want to succeed in the corporate workspace, you have to have a good set of social skills and soft skills, and your interaction with your peers has to be something that delights them every time they speak with you. Because unlike hospitality, you're working in a very tight, closed space, and you're working with a fixed set of people day in, day out. You have to make sure that you're well liked and that they understand where you're coming from every time you have an idea or an opinion to share. And the third and the most important thing is you have to keep learning, right? According to me, this is the most important point. You have to keep learning, because if you stop learning, right, in the corporate workspace, you become a dinosaur overnight. You can't avoid that. So you need to keep learning. Whether it is reading a book, whether it is watching a few motivational videos, whether it is attending a training by a speaker who is presenting his thoughts, views, ideas, either way, you've got to keep learning.